Good morning, guys. What's going on? What's cracking? We've got the heater in the background, so please ignore that. Today, we've got to move some fuel pump wiring. If you guys saw my last video, we got the battery back now. Yes, finally, no more ugly battery. But we've got two issues right now. Number one issue, this is hideous. Night Run Garage is going to be making a custom overflow tank that actually goes underneath the bumper here, or it might sit up top. We're gonna go back and forth here, but Night Run Garage is gonna be handling that. Stay tuned for that, it's gonna be pretty freaking sweet. But the next thing is, I've been running my power wire that goes the whole way up under here, down through the body, into the back of the car for the fuel pumps. Well, now my battery's in the back, that's just useless. You know, that's power drop, all that stuff. So I can cut that cord, remove it, take it from inside the car out, and put it back there. Cut literally like 15 feet off. Makes much more sense. Does it need to be done right now? No. But do I want to do it? Yes. So right now, if I click this off, and pull this up like that, set that off to the side, you're like, well, Ryan, where's the power wire? You see this black wire here, runs up underneath here, and believe it or not, inside of here, see that nut? It's actually held down over there. But to get it off, I have to take this bolt, and that bolt off, pull this up, because the wires actually ran underneath this, and then bolted underneath there. I know it's a little weird, but I'll show you guys here in a minute. I gotta be careful because you don't want to mess up this mess up this fuse blocks. And the first thing I'm going to do on top of this is remove the ground from the back, because you don't want to be doing anything to trip the ECU or cause anything to make it short out. All right, guys, so you remove two 10mm nuts and one 12mm nut. 12mm in there, you get a 10 and then a 10, and then you gotta lift up this block. I'm gonna try and hold this camera under my armpit because I want to be careful lifting this up, because you don't want to mess it up. You pull this little piece up too, lift that up and over, and then exposes the bottom. Now you can see that's where the ground wire or the power wire ran. That's how I did it to make it look nice and hidden. But now I don't need it like that, and this is useless. So I'm gonna pull this off and put it into the back where it belongs. All right, this is the part I don't like because I always hate putting these plastics back in. But to get this wire here, I ran it up underneath the wheel well here, zipped it high up above. So I gotta take the wheel off, take all the fender plastics out, then go inside, and that part's not so bad because I just popped the one plastic off and then pull it out through the back. So this is the pain in the butt part. But yeah, I gotta take all these plastics out now just to get to the wire. Stupid. All right, guys, so I got all of this off, and I already cut the wire, or the zip ties, which were down there, I just threw away, but here's the wire. It was ran up the whole way through. There was a slit already in this boot, so I just used a pre-existing slit. I'm pushing it back in right now. I have to pull it in through the interior. I need to go get a light and then pull it back through the interior. This is the easy part. Putting the plastics all back in is the crappy part. I need to find, there's my light. So that's the easy part, is pulling this out. But putting those back in suck, because getting them lined up and snapping in the right way never goes properly. Kind of, my car's at an angle right now, but I have to pull this through before I finish up. So the wiring is back in there, you can see it coming through, so I just need to slip it out and I'll be done. All right, guys, so I'm inside the car now. I already put it back down, put the wheel on. You see the wire here, pulling it through. I had it run down in here where the other wiring was already at. And then I had it underneath the plastic. The seat goes back to here, and then it ran up along the seat. Look how much wire, I mean, literally, it's gonna go from here, it's gonna go from here to here now. Like, look at all this wire I'm about to, I mean, look at this. This is bananas. I don't wanna hit my paint, so let's put that inside the car at least. Look at all this. All that wire is not gonna go away. It's pretty freaking awesome. So, gotta cut it now, see how much, probably not gonna take too much off. Can have a little slack. That could be good enough, I don't care, because it'll be back here and you won't be able to see it anyways, but I'd have a little extra than cut it short and be like, shit! So, gotta do that, and I got ring terminal that has a 14mm hole, and then I'll have to crimp it, and that'll be it. Then I'll be able to get rid of all this now. Pretty freaking awesome. Alright guys, so I cut the wire, everything's done now. Got it attached right there, look how short that is now. Might put something here because I don't want that rubbing. It could be rubbing back and forth. Then again, probably an engine bay, as long as it was probably rubbing before. But I'm gonna probably put like a hard plastic sheathing around this here, just because I don't want that rubbing against anything and causing me a short. Rather be safe than sorry. But that worked out perfect. I found a 14mm eyelet, so I could put that directly to the battery. Next up, I'm gonna try turning on the car and make sure everything's fine. I don't have any voltage issues, and make sure I have the correct amount of fuel pressure. And that's usually where you can tell if like you're not getting enough power, especially when you're making a pool. You'll see like fuel pressure drop, unless you have some other underlying issues, but that's where you usually see it. So starting it up right now would just be the tested, but the real test will be driving it down the road. All right, let's sit in here, go ahead and hit the garage door, and grab the key. BTI gauge is on. I haven't checked the lights in a while. They're all good. but put it back to this because this will show me fuel pressure and everything right off the bat. Make sure it's in neutral, pull the e-brake because I don't trust anything. Tap the screen here. Oh, if it would focus, that'd be great. Seems to be good. 37, 38 is where it should be at idle. That makes me happy. Everything else looks good. Water looks good. See the actual voltage, 14.1. Yep, that looks good. Sweet. Very happy with that. Hell yeah. Good. Back here. Yep, everything works good, guys. Very happy. Drinking Mick Ultra today because I ran out of Keystone. But I got a couple things for you. A big shout out right off the bat, Travis Beaver, Beaver's Auto Body. Him and his wife are freaking phenomenal, great people. They went ahead and painted my throttle body for me here. Now, this is cast aluminum, it doesn't work. Everything was perfect. We did have a little bit of pitting issue up here, but for me, I was like, anything's better than what it was. Like, he did such a good job with this, so he taped everything off. Like, look at this. It is... I'm very, very, very happy. But again, with this aluminum, it just sometimes it doesn't adhere right and it can be a pain. I did find out about low temperature powder coating, which instead of 400 degrees is 200, but I trust Travis and I'd rather just paint it and be done with it. I think this looks really, really good. It's going to match up nicely with intake manifold. Another thing I want to show you guys is more titanium stuff. I know you're probably tired of hearing about titanium. Well, I'm not. So another thing that's coming out here is these titanium bolts for the throttle body. This is going to be for the two uppers for right now. The two bottom bolts aren't out yet. These will be listed on the website shortly here. Again, this is going to be from Bear Boost Performance. I'll have everything linked down below. Again, it's Bear Boost Performance. I'm not going to screw it up this time. I know the name now, finally. To get these out, though, unlike the studs down here, there's no heads on these. These weren't ever designed to be removed and replaced. So what we have to do is get a vice grip on this and then spin it out. Once you get spin it a couple times, it comes free, and you can spin it out by hand. I should be able to get in here my mess of tools. I need to organize this drawer because this is not acceptable. Let's try to get this here. See if I can get this here. All right, so you clamp onto it and then just start spinning, which it already looks like it came loose. That was pretty easy. Sorry about that, guys. But, of course, now I get stuck there, so might have to just use this to inch it off. But, try to grip this down a little bit more. Oh, you butthead. Being a little bit more pain than I wanted it to be, so I moved them down here for right now, but take these, spin these little boys in. Now they spin them by hand for the most part, and then you want to crank the last bit down with an HW3 little Allen cap head. So you take that, put that in there like so. Don't want to over torque it then either. Last thing I want to do is strip out the head. I shouldn't say, you're not going to strip out the titanium. I'm more worried about my tool breaking off, to be honest. The titanium, look at this. This is, oh my God, it's moving the whole engine. This is ridiculous. Titanium is no joke, bro. Like, I'm surprised this doesn't break. But now we do that. Now I can slide on the throttle body here and see how this looks. All right, guys, what's going on? What's cracking in the garage today? And first, we're starting on my car. Then we got to work on Cat's, and there's a special guest. We got Tony. Look at him. Look, the man, the myth, the legend. Stagger Media. And where's Raven? Hey. So, Tony, what are we about to do because you don't like it? What are we going to fix real quick?
So Ryan just did the battery relocation kit, and he was very impatient and wouldn't wait for me to come help him.
This is true.
So he ended up doing it not in the way that I would have done it. I'm an electrician full time, so there's a couple little things that I showed him. We'll come on, we'll show you.
Yeah. On here, let me make sure you got it. All right, go ahead.
So right here, basically, me and Ryan had talked, and he used these rib nuts, which is what he's securing like the battery tie down with, which works perfect for something like that. And Ryan, not being an electrician, he didn't know any better, but he basically used a rib nut and bolted this, the ground to ground the chassis. Well, essentially, that'll work. He started the car. It actually conducts electricity. That's not the problem. The problem is once it gets under load and things get hot and vibrations happen, that's not going to be a good grounding. Actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to take this bolt out, basically drill that rib nut out. We're going to tap the chassis itself with a tap tool so we can actually use we're not relying on a rivet that could spin or get loose to create, you know, our good connection. We're gonna drill that out, get rid of that, tap the actual chassis. We're gonna grind down some more of the paint. I like to run up to the store and get some dielectric grease, Ryan.
Okay.
And we can put that.
Oh, I actually have some here. I have some here.
Perfect. What that'll do is that'll give us a little better conductivity, and also it'll prevent any corrosion on the bare metal, because we're obviously gonna grind it down to bare metal because we want bare metal contact. But that'll help him not ever have any moisture get in here and cause corrosion.
Cool. So, let's go ahead and do that then.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take that 10 millimeter off for me there.
It was nice and tight, dude.
Nice and tight.
It isn't.
All right, guys, so I need to pop this up here. Lots happened, and we haven't been recording because we're trying to get as much done as possible, and it's just, sometimes it's hard to record and do everything. Come on. Do that. Lift that. All right, my custom trunk mat. Come on. There we go. Lift it up. So what we got going on here is I did move that power wire from up on top of the battery down to the fuse block itself. That is for the fuses there for the, excuse me, that is actually for the fuel pumps itself. Another thing we did finish off grinding down. We got a metric bolt, much bigger metric bolt too, go through there, and it's very fine pitch. It was like, I believe it was, I think that's an M10 by 1.0 volts, so very fine thread pitch. This way it has as good a contact as possible inside the frame. We got rid of the rib nut inside of there. Now it's just using that bolt directly into the body. Then we use dielectric grease too to help give better contact, and we shaved down the paint too on top of it, so that should be as best as possible, so we can help it have as good a contact as possible. Next up, what we did was I have that sticky shifter inside the car. We removed all the bolts and redid them all. So the bolts kept backing out, and Sicky probably 6-7 months ago sent me longer bolts with a proper lock washer on it. So this time what we did is replaced all those, replaced the bolts, put in the lock washer and the bolts together, and used red Loctite. That shit should never come loose. The ones I did even red Loctite last time weren't coming loose. Like, it was hard to get them off. So the red Loctite is no joke. So that shouldn't come undone. And now what we're doing is, another thing I want to do is turn this thing on so you guys can hear it. I haven't heard it run in a while. No battery, what's up? Tony, this madman here, is shaving down some of the pinch welds. Again, guys, this side was wrecked. So what we're doing is trying to knock down some of the rust. And I'm going to put a rust inhibitor inside of here that Travis Beaver gave me. It's over here. He also gave me some thinner, so I have to give this back. I can't think. Travis and his wife are probably the nicest people on earth. I don't think they watch my videos anymore, so.
Hey, what about me? I'm nice.
I mean, yeah, but you're kind of ugly, though.
It's like, I'm just kidding.
That's funny. No one cares. Loser. Yeah, so we're going to put some of this on. He did give me some thinner in case we do any thinning out. We probably won't, just for the fact that I'm actually going to paint or brush it on instead of spraying it, just to keep it as a rust inhibitor. How's it looking, bud?
It's going pretty decent. So yeah, like Ryan was saying, basically this panel was obviously reinserted after an accident. Oh my gosh, that is sad. That is some scary. That should be rated R. But basically, when they redid this, they didn't put any kind of sealer or primer like Ryan's trying to do the right way. So obviously, basically this could have been avoided. Ryan's camera's some hot trash.
Let it focus.
There we go. I got it. No, I got it. But anyway, just knocking down some of this existing rust in preparation for the respray.
Before we get back over to the car here, I wanted to thank Tony again here. We put these lights up a while back, or I should say he did most of the work. We just went and finally got bulbs there. Look how much it lights that area up. We put them in between because in the summertime, if we would put them back there on the door, when these are up, they'd be useless. So he's like, let's put them in between. And I love that idea. So like now this middle bay for detailing, this is going to be like perfect. In the summertime, I like to clean my cars. I usually take one of the Supras, I'll put it in the middle bay, and you know, especially at night here, these are T5 versus the old school T8s. I shouldn't say old school, that's what 99% of people have. T5s are the new style bulbs. These are also 6500K. You can see they're a little bit brighter white than these. But that's enough of that. Just wanted to thank Tony. The other thing is, I did seal this all up, so I'm gonna go ahead and, this thing is a mess right now. Sit that there, pop the old trunkaroo. go ahead and see, it goes up so quick. But if you can see here, guys, I sealed all this up. This used to be black metal through here or rusted out, but I put that silver sealant on it and it's dried up nice now and I'm much happier with it. I literally used a paintbrush to put it on. See how, I mean, it's on there. So I'm very happy with that. That all came out, got it all up in there too. If I come around this side here, you guys can see that is all sealed up there too. Again, you're never gonna see this, but I was like, you know what, let's just do it. The car's apart. This way I don't have to ever dick with it again, hopefully. So, yep, that's all done. And next is headed off to Travis for paint. I guess today is Thursday. I'm literally gonna be finishing editing this up here before, like in the next hour, it should be uploaded, which is kind of crazy. But this should be going to Travis here next. I want to get it off because the longer it's here, the more I keep dicking with it. The only other thing I want to do is in the engine bay a little bit more. I need to spend a night. Maybe I'll even do that here after I'm done uploading this. There's just a little bit more I need to do in here. Smooth some of this out like that there. Don't like that. That's good. That needs hit. That's good. That's good. For the most part, this is, see right there? That might need hit again. It's just dumb spots here that need to be re-hit. But I think it'll be okay. I'm pretty sure it will be. Back here, I probably need to hit a few spots, so I'll have to put this all back up. But anyways, I digress. Guys, I hope you're enjoying these build videos. I got some, when this starts going to paint too, I'm gonna be going to Travis as much as I can. I told him, hey, just wanna go over and show him what we're doing every day, just to get a little background. So it's not gonna be like, one day it's not painted and one day it shows back up here painted. So I'll be getting like, going through primer, going through paint, doing all that stuff, because that's the fun part. Plus I want to get 1,000 pictures, right? That's what I want to do because I've never done this before. This is the exciting part, especially when you're not doing it. It's a really exciting part. I really just can't thank Travis and Karen Beaver enough. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet. Literally the nicest people you ever meet. I can't say enough good things about them. If you guys could. If you ever need body work in this area, go check them out. Anyway, thank you guys very much for checking in. I'm gonna finish drinking my ice cold Keystone, and I'm gonna go inside and finish editing this video. Talk to you guys later. Peace.